Tonight's dinner is going to be a keto-friendly, delicious cauliflower soup that we're going to be cooking in the Instant Pot and then cream it, and we're going to add some delicious toppings in form of bacon and green onions on top. If you don't have an Instant Pot, you can definitely use a regular pot on the stove to cook it. Just cook it for 20 to 30 minutes until your cauliflower has softened, and then you should be good. I also recommend if you have an immersion blender to cream the soup, but you can definitely use a blender or a food processor instead. Alright, this is what you're going to need to make this delicious soup. For this soup, you need half an onion chopped fairly small. I'm going to cook that in some avocado oil. You can use butter, coconut oil, whatever you prefer. We're going to use one large head of cauliflower, and you can make it into small pieces. It doesn't have to look pretty since we're going to be pureeing the soup anyway. You can also use the parts of the stem on this, since we're again going to be pureeing the soup. For the spices, I'm going to go fairly simple with just salt, pepper, and garlic powder. You will need 1 carton of chicken broth. The 1 carton is 32 ounces, which is about 1 liter. We're going to also be using half a cup of heavy whipping cream, and then we need 4 ounces, half package of Philadelphia cheese. Cut it down into small cubes so it can easily melt. And we're going to be using some extra sharp cheddar cheese. You don't have to use extra sharp, but the sharper the cheddar, the tastier it is. And for the toppings, we have some bacon. 8 to 10 slices is usually good. I have 10 because my bacon was very skinny, and you want to have a nice crisp on it before you chop it up. And then some green onions. Sour cream is also great as a topping, along with some extra sharp cheddar cheese. And this cooks together very quickly in the Instant Pot. You'll have dinner on the table within a half hour. Use this saute function. When your pot is hot, add a couple tablespoons of oil. Put your onions in there and saute your onions for about 2-3 minutes until it's nice and translucent. After a few minutes of sauteing your onions, you can go ahead and add your cauliflower. And if you have prepped all the cutting of your vegetables and things like that beforehand, this will truly be a very quick dinner to put together. Then add your carton of chicken broth. After your broth, you want to go ahead and add 1 teaspoon of salt, as well as 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, and a little bit of black pepper. Go ahead and stir everything up nicely. Now all you want to do is close and lock the lid. Make sure the vent is closed, and then we want to do manual pressure, and we need 5 minutes on the timer. And after you set the timer, it will automatically turn on, start reaching the pressure, and then when the timer goes off that your 5 minutes are up, and you can go ahead and release the pressure manually. Alright, when your Instant Pot timer is done, you can release the pressure manually. As you can see, it took about 5-6 minutes for the pressure to completely release. And you know the pressure is released when this thing here pops down. So now we can go ahead and open our pot. And you want to go ahead and check on your cauliflower. You want it to be very well cooked, and you want it to be very soft. And that is good. Now you can go ahead and use your immersion blender if you're using a food processor blender. Be very careful when transferring the soup over. You don't want to burn yourself, it's very hot. An immersion blender is really ideal for creaming a soup like this. So if your soup seems a little bit thick, you could add a little bit more chicken broth to it. If it's too thin, you can cook it for a few more minutes to evaporate some of the liquid. And now you want to go ahead and add your 4 ounces of cream cheese and let it slowly melt into the soup, as well as your grated cheese. Keep your Instant Pot on the warming setting or a low simmer if you're doing the stovetop, and just keep stirring until the cream cheese is melted. When everything is nicely melted, you want to add your half a cup of cream. At this point, you want to do a quick taste test and see if you need any more salt or pepper. I'm going to add a little bit of both. Now we can go ahead and assemble our soup. So to our soup bowls, we want to add some grated cheese, a little bit of sour cream, some of the crumbled bacon, and some of the green onions. With a final dash of black pepper, our soup is now ready to serve. Bon appetit!